Alright everyone, I am here to give you a tutorial on how to repair your drive using safe mode on both Windows 10 and Windows 11. It works for either or. So, I had to re-record this audio bit because apparently my audio did not record on the video, so I am pretty much re-reacting to the video I just made. But here's the first step to this process. The first thing you're going to want to do is go on a search engine on your Windows computer, your PC, search up the Run app, click it. You're going to want to type in msconfig, and on this video I actually typed it in because I've never had to do one of these before, so it was a new process to me. So bear with me, my apologies on that. Once you have that loaded up, you go to the boot tab and leave everything the same, even just minimal changes, right? And once you check the safe boot option, you hit OK. And then you're going to want to restart your entire PC. The minute you restart it, it will restart. And then you will see this next bit coming up here. And I'll explain that in a minute. Now, I couldn't really show the screen on my end because my phone's a piece of shit, even though I really wanted to record it, and I had no memory, so couldn't really do much there. But I was able to at least show you this picture. So this is what you should see on either a Windows 10 or a Windows 11 PC. Now, my drive was an E drive. It was called New Volume E, but it changed to local disk E, which means the file got corrupted. From there, you are essentially watching it repair, and it will repair your entire drive. And it doesn't matter if it's on Windows 10 or Windows 11. This method works no matter which operating system you do it on. You can go boot up safe mode. It will repair your drive as it would on command prompt if the drive was readable, and it completely gets rid of whatever corrupted files are on that drive and deletes them right off the bat. So that's step number one. Here's step number two of this process. Now, the reason I am showing you this method as well, before I continue on with the rest of the tutorial, deal with the black screen for a minute and bear with me. There's a lot of tutorials online where they show you specifically how to repair your drive with using command prompt. Here's the one problem with this. When you use command prompt, it doesn't work if your drive is completely corrupted and you are not able to access it whatsoever, which is the problem that I ran into. And I don't know if it happens for every drive, but it absolutely happened to me, and it is not a surefire way, and the fact that it's been promoted as such is fucking egregious, in my opinion, and it should not be the case. This, I guarantee you people, is the definitive way to recover all your data on a drive that has been corrupted. So, again, bear with me, because I was literally learning this in real time as I was doing the tutorial, because there was one thing after another, so my apologies and for the future of the video. Okay, so now I'm back on my regular desktop to do this next part of the video, because apparently I couldn't use any of my audio or video programs on safe mode, so again, not sure how you can do that and record your screen unless you use like a CPU mocker program. I'm sure there's stuff like that out there. But now once you get onto that page, and this is crucial and I didn't get a screenshot on this, so please listen carefully to what I'm about to say here. You're gonna get a prompt on safe mode that says, do you want to delete the items in your drive? So in my case, it was New Volume E drive. You're going to want to hit yes, because that's going to get rid of those corrupted files, and they will no longer be in that system and in that drive. It's completely gone. Once you have done that, you're going to want to do these next steps. You're going to want to click the search icon a few times, or at least hover over it, until you are able to get onto the run page. This is going to take like 2 or 3 times depending on how finicky the safe mode search is. Once you hit run, you're essentially then going to want to type in the same thing, or it might already be typed in for you, msconfig. You're going to want to open up that program. You're going to want to uncheck the box where you launch safe mode in the tools tab. Then you're going to want to restart your system after you hit OK. So now we're back here, okay? We're back on my PC. We're back on this unsafe mode screen, if you will. You're going to open up the file. Bam. My drive works now. So if you ever run into an issue where you cannot use command prompt because your disk is that unreadable, use safe mode. It doesn't matter if it's Windows 10 or Windows 11. Windows 11, it worked for me. So all you have to do is boot up safe mode. It will literally repair the drive instantly. Okay, there was one last part that I didn't realize you'd have to do after this, which in a way is kind of tedious, but you have to do it like this, so my apologies. I'm not going to open every folder because it's tedious as it is and I don't want to bore you to death. But once you have the disk completely recovered and all the corrupted files are gone, you're going to have to do this. Every single folder that is in your drive, you're going to have to open up and hit continue. It's not that much of a pain in the ass, but it's enough of a pain in the ass that you're going to have to do it every single time. And just to prove that it's every single time, hit continue again. There you go. Hit continue on downloads. Even though I don't have many. Apparently, fuck yes I do. I didn't even realize half these were on here. I'm definitely going to use those for later. Because those are for my power director. And one more file just for good measure. So, you're going to have to do this with every single file. I'm literally in process of doing that now. But once you do that, you'll be able to get on that folder no problem. I'll close out. I'll go back into the file, new volume E. I'll go back to that English file. Bam. You're able to get into it no problem after that. But you have to give administrative access in order to do it properly once the corrupted files are gone. So, just future reference, I wanted to put this part in here so that way you weren't confused as to why you were seeing that pop up. Done. Alright guys, one last thing. I completely forgot about this. I swear this is the last thing. This is just so that people don't panic when they realize, oh shit, I have to do this with every single file. You don't. You don't have to do this with every single folder. You only have to do it for the main folder. I'm going to demonstrate what I mean here. So we'll go on my no copyrighted music here. My no copyright music folder. Hopefully there's a... Nope, there isn't. Fuck me. Why the fuck do I know? I should know, right? Okay. So, we'll go on one of my Audacity files. This should have a folder in it, okay? So, I'm going to hit continue. Now, there's this. Okay? This is a folder. This is a file folder. I click it, no problem. I click it again, no problem. All my shit's here. That is the case with every single sub-file that's in your main folder. So, you do not... I repeat, you do not have to do this with every single file. You only have to do it for the main files that first show up on your drive. Okay, so in process of recording this video, there was an issue where, as you can see here, none of my files that weren't on a folder, even though I tried to drag them on a folder that I hadn't opened yet, none of them would open. So, I found a method of where this will solve that issue. Essentially, make sure all your shit is in a file. That's what you're going to have to do. I'll demonstrate here in a minute. Okay, everyone, so ran into a new fucking problem. And this problem is easily fixable as well, although you have to switch from one PC to the other if you're doing a huge file transfer like I am. So essentially what's happening here is you're gonna need to get all of the files that weren't in a specific folder onto the drive yet again. And in case your drive corrupts, because I know it probably will for my case, you're going to need to put all of your files that you transferred in its own folder. It cannot be outside of a folder in case you have to do everything that you just did all over again, because that means if you do that, files like images, like for instance, I can pull this up and it will appear just fine on here, but if your hard drive gets corrupted again and you put it in here and you didn't put it in a folder, that file will never open up again. So you got to put all your files that aren't on a folder, you got to put them in a folder. I called the folder that I'm going to put all this stuff in Desktop Cleanup 7. So we're going to transfer that now. Okay, so everything transferred here, and now we're going to go back to the PC and see if everything worked. Okay, I am back on the new PC, which is what I meant to say in the last part of the video. Now we'll go back to this PC, drive still works, check to see if all your stuff is in there. I put it in Desktop Cleanup 7. And we'll try to open a file. And it works. So that's what you're going to have to do with all your files. Luckily, anything that you opened hard way when you hit continue on any folder should open up. So for example, that worked. Just really dead air there, but I know it worked because it actually started playing the file. And from there, you're all set. There's no issues. All your files should work. No problem. So, yeah, make sure you have everything on your in a folder and not just hanging about on your drive, because you never know when you'll encounter this issue. I found that out the hard way tonight. In fact, before I fucking do anything, I'm gonna make sure that that's the case on this folder too, even if, you know, the files aren't necessarily important. In case drive corrupts. Yeah, so do this with every drive. Make sure everything's in a folder. That way you could just easily access the stuff, and it won't be an issue going forward. So that's what I did. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I swear this is the end this time. I literally have encountered 0 problems with this drive now. So I hope you guys found this useful. I sure as hell did. I had to figure out something, and for some reason my brain defaulted to, because command prompt wasn't working for me no matter how many times I tried it. Oh, let me try safe mode, and that actually worked. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you do, please subscribe. I'm not necessarily an IT guy, but I do videos, and I felt like this was definitely helpful if you're a video editor and you don't want to lose important files, and you just did a hard transfer from one PC to the other like I did. So, sorry for all the steps, and sorry for all the false ends. Again, there was just like one thing after the other, and I thought I was done, and then it turned out a new issue arose, and now it seems like it's finally working properly. So, again, if it happens again, and the file at some point, if the drive just completely corrupts again, do the exact method from the beginning, and then you should be able to get it to work, and then you just have to, you know, very tediously, as I said before, you're going to have to tediously open up the files and then hit continue if it shows a continue option. That's all you have to do, and then everything works properly. If you guys found this helpful, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, and check out my other content. I do a lot of voice acting stuff, and videos, podcasts, what have you. It's all there. So go ahead to the sub button, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, and apparently it's been so long that I forgot how to YouTube. Make sure you hit that bell too. Yeah. The bell next to the icon, so if you want to check out my content, you're notified and shit. Yeah, that thing. Okay, cool. Bye.